Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Today, I'm really happy to share with you an extraordinary watch from an extraordinary manufacturer. It's also one of the rarest watches you will ever see. This is the FP Journe Centigraphe Souverain Black Label Edition. Let's get into what that means. To qualify to buy this watch, just to qualify to place an order, you must already own an FP Journe watch. And, assuming you qualify and the request is validated by Journe himself, you have to purchase it through factory channels, so either one of his espace facilities or one of his boutiques, of which there are only about 24 in the world. And each of them is limited in the number of black labels that it can order per year. So remember, FP Journe, based out of Geneva, is an important independent that only makes 800 to 900 watches per year, or as they call it at Rolex, a good morning shift. So this is an extraordinary watch, extraordinarily rare, from an extraordinary man in manufacturing. Let's go into a little bit about what makes a Journe special in general, and then we'll go into exactly what makes this Centigraphe Souverain a standout among Journes. Now, FP Journe has been in action under his own name for about a decade and a half now, and he manufactures low-volume watches designed and built entirely within his facilities. He makes the cases, he makes the dials, he manufactures the hands, he manufactures the movements. He's about as integrated as a manufacturer as you'll find outside of the likes of Rolex or Patek Philippe. It's pretty extraordinary because he's also a fraction of the size of both of those companies. But he wants complete control of the process, and you can't argue with the results. He only works in precious metals. Now you can see that the surround of the subdials on this watch and the hands are both 18-karat white gold. The case, which is 40 millimeters in diameter, is made entirely of 95% platinum, and the case back is a display revealing a unique all-precious metal movement. That's 18-karat rose gold, folks. It's gorgeous. There's nothing else like it. You own one of these, I guarantee you, I don't care how many Rolexes, Vacherons, even Pateks and Audemars are floating around your office, you will be the only one who can flip over the watch and show just as much precious metal on the case back as on the front. But the Centigraphe is unique even among Journes, and rather than try to explain it, I'm just going to show you, because actions speak louder than words. There you go. That's what this watch does. It's a chronograph, and an extraordinary one. Of Journe's own design, it's not just his design, it's his own concept. He wanted a watch that could clock objects and time objects, traveling at extraordinary speeds. Now this first hand right here, the foudroyant flying second, makes a circuit each second. And using the calibrated tachometer on that scale, you can actually track objects up to 36,000 kilometers per hour. You can time them. So if you're trying to clock the space shuttle on re-entry, this is your watch. You're good to go, NASA or SpaceX. Right here you're looking at a 20-second subdial, and down here you're looking at a 10-minute subdial. So you time short intervals, high-speed objects. This is a great watch if you're a fan of motorsports, if you're a fan of fast-paced track and field in the Olympics, because you're timing the interval perfectly. You're going to get speeds that are interesting as a fan. And heck, this thing's conversation value as a crowd pleaser is unrivaled. So even if you have no use for this chronograph, start it up and the comments will start, and probably not stop. But because you do eventually have to stop the chronograph, let's take a look at this reset, because it's a show in its own right. Mono pusher, there's a rocker right here, another Journe original and patented. When you reset the watch, each of the subdials makes one full circuit, so there's even a little bit of theater there. Now the watch has an 80-hour power reserve, which is exceptional. So if you want to wind this watch up after wearing it to the office all week, let it sit for the weekend, you're good to go on Monday. I think this watch in black label style works best in really any occasion. This is a black tie kind of watch, or this is shorts and a t-shirt. Whereas the conventional Centigraphe features either a rose gold or white gold case and has a very elegant, proper, formal dress watch appearance. This is versatile. This is sporty. This is almost like Rolex Daytona Plus. If anything you can do with a Daytona, you can do with this black label Centigraphe. And it's got a lot of gorgeous detailing. Quick release spring bars Journe includes, so you can release the spring bar and take off the strap manually to fit an aftermarket. Little thoughtful details like that. Use of precious metals, even in the rocker, even in the crown. A lot of companies will skimp there and use either white gold or steel on a platinum case. Of course, the buckle, corresponding, also platinum, and very nice because that conventional pin buckle It suits Journe's notion of a traditional watch design, and it's very convenient. If you like to lay your watch down, dial up for optimal accuracy when it's on your dresser at night, having that pin buckle really makes it more convenient, and I find I can just fit a watch more precisely when I have that feature. I like that better, and if you prefer that feature too, you're really going to like the Centigraphe. It sits lightly on the wrist while having that nice premium metal weight to it. It's got a nice rounded case back and short curved lugs, so at 40 millimeters, this will wear nicely on just about any wrist. Very comfortable, very beautifully built. Envisioned and, as the dial describes, invented and created by F.P. Journe himself, along with his 2 to 3 dozen watchmakers who work with him in Geneva. He's one of the shining stars of independent horology, and he's really one of the, if you've heard the term starchitect in the architecture world, well, Journe is one of the rock star watchmakers of our era, a memorable person, an important engineer, an important watchmaker, and a trendsetter. This watch embodies the absolute best of what he does. And quite frankly, although I've seen a lot of watches in my life, I've never seen another Centigraphe Black Label, and I've been to quite a few Journe boutiques. So the ultimate owner of this watch is not just going to be a very fortunate person, but he's going to count himself among an elite few who've owned Journe's absolute finest chronograph. So quite frankly, whoever you are out there, I'm jealous. This F.P. Journe Centigraphe Souverain is available from watchyouwant.com with a full factory set from F.P. Journe. Everything that you'd receive in one of those espace or boutique facilities, you'll receive from us. So log on to www.watchyouwant.com, check out this F.P. Journe Centigraphe Souverain Black Label and our entire selection of quality pre-owned luxury watches. You may just find the watch you want.